Limerick is rebooting. It's far from perfect, but is it worth visiting? Yes, I'd say so in my opinion. You can walk around even to the grungiest and dodgiest of streets and feel an imparting echo of former glory, but also an ever-present heart of the people all around you.
Let's get yes! Let's go.
Hey there, jet setters, and thanks for joining me. I'm Tara, host of Takeoff. Today we're going to be exploring the heritage town of Adare, which is just a 4-leaf clover away outside of Limerick. Adare is a picturesque village that you should add to your Ireland itinerary, especially if you're on a road trip around the country. While it might appear that there isn't that much to do in Adare, it's all about unwinding and exploring at your own pace. Adare Island is a heritage village near the city of Limerick. Adare is one of the best day trips from Limerick, as it's only 20 minutes drive from the city for those seeking solace in a quiet historic town. The Earl of Dunraven planned the streets of the town as it stands in present day. He built the houses in Adare and rented them to tenants working on his lands. Named Ireland's prettiest village, be sure to wander on foot all over the town, taking in the sight and sounds of Adare. If you're looking for things to do in Adare, it's best for lovers of history and nature. I also recommend a trip to Adare if you like cozy Irish towns, charming houses, medieval buildings, and vibrant and brilliant views of the surrounding countryside. Come along for a stroll through Ireland's most enchanting village. If you're hopping off the bus 300, which I did coming from Limerick, it's going to drop you right in front of Adare Town Park, and this is an excellent spot to begin exploring this beautiful picturesque village. They even have a thatched roof gazebo right in the center of the park. The lovely thatched gazebo, which plays a part in village events and is a popular photographic background for many weddings that take place in Adare all year round. Across the famed Heritage Centre, one can find the serene, verdant gem of the town. Comprising of numerous scenic walkways threading amidst wide-spanning lawns, the park is the go-to spot for locals, an ideal place for a calm morning walk or a leisure evening stroll. The park is a soothing haven. Adare Park consists of beautiful walks and pathways. The park is very well maintained with trimmed green spaces and colorful flower beds dotted all around. Irish novelist and poet Gerald Griffin penned these words about Adare. O sweet Adare, O lovely vale, O soft retreat of sylvan splendor, nor summer sun nor morning gale, ere hailed a scene more softly tender. So this is actually a washing hole. Groups of women back in the day would gather around here and wash their clothing. It was also used for washing animals. Founded in 1230, this is the only monastery in Ireland of the Trinitarian order. It is now Adare's Roman Catholic Church. The Trinitarian monks who came to Adare might have come originally from Scotland. The building was badly damaged during the reign of King Henry VIII, though it was repaired in the 19th century by the Earl of Dunraven. There were about 20 Trinitarian foundations in England and Scotland, but Holy Trinity Abbey is the only example of a church of the Trinitarian order in Ireland. It represents a fusion between the medieval remains and the 19th century Gothic Revival architecture. The medieval highlights consist of the tower, nave, and part of the choir, while the timber roofs, the sacristy, and the laid chapel were designed by an English architect. The second Earl of Dunraven, Wyndham Quinn, gifted the abbey, by then in ruins, to his Catholic parishioners in 1824 and initiated a program of restoration that was continued by his heirs. The church incorporates much of the fabric of the early monastery. The Trinitarian order was founded in France at the beginning of the 12th century with the purpose of rescuing hostages taken from the Crusades in the Holy Land. A panel from the stained glass window above the altar shows a monk about to redeem a hostage. The church, as it currently stands, presents an imposing and prominent feature of the main route into the town from the east. I came here for their late lunch Sunday 3-course tasting menu. The thatched roof restaurant behind me, 1826, gets its name from the year the cottage was built by the first Lord Adare. It's a husband and wife team that run this fantastic restaurant. Wild mushroom and tarragon soup was absolutely delicious, accompanied with made fresh daily terracotta bread with smoked sea salt butter. I was astonished by their generous serving size for the pork chop that was the second and main, which was with raised red cabbage, mulled apple puree. And finally for dessert, the warm sticky toffee pudding with nut clusters, caramel sauce topped with vanilla ice cream. Definitely be sure to come hungry. This is definitely one of the best bib gourmand restaurants that I've been to, and I've been to a few. I would say the best way to describe 1826 is fine dining without pause.
After our day trip to Adare, let's take off and get back to Limerick, Ireland's third largest city. The Milk Market is the oldest weekly market in the country. The quadrangle was built in 1792 as an extension of the old city walls and has served as the hub for the sale of local produce ever since. The site, while steeped in local history, has a completely modern ambiance, bridging the oldest of traditions with modern elegance. The Milk Market is the region's most famous food market, which has been operating for over 150 years. Along with almost 50 stalls and 21 shop units to tempt even the most discerning shopper, of course you cannot help but notice the Milk Market venue is completely weatherproof, as it is housed under the cover of Ireland's largest single-column support canopy. Here you'll discover the very best of fresh natural produce, from great farmhouse cheeses and chutneys, just caught fish and artisan meats, organic fruit and vegetables to delicious, healthy breads and fresh pressed juices. You'll also be able to snack on gourmet sandwiches, wraps, pastries, chocolates, delicious crepes, soups and freshly brewed teas and coffees, or buy fresh flowers and vibrant plants. But it's not just the variety and quality of the food and horticultural produce on offer that makes this market so special. It is about the people and the place. This market hosts a community of remarkable individuals from throughout the province, all of whom care deeply about all they offer to their customers. As it has evolved, the Milk Market has gained a reputation as a repository of culinary skills, knowledge, and understanding, all of which are imparted during the discourse of the market day. Is rebooting. It's far from perfect, but is it worth visiting? Yes, I'd say so in my opinion. You can walk around even to the grungiest and dodgiest streets and feel an imparting echo of former glory, but also an ever-present heart of the people all around you.
Let's get food. Yes. Let's go.
Limerick is home to a budding art scene. Renowned street artists from all over the world travel to Limerick to make their mark, and what they leave behind are vibrant, evocative, uniting murals and messages. This RGB-style mural immortalizes the Cranberries' lead singer Dolores O'Riordan and celebrates her proud connection to Limerick. Strength in Fragility by Emic was commissioned to bring hope and comfort to the people of Limerick through the pandemic. The mural highlights how inspiring the people of Limerick have been in coming together to show support, friendship, and a strong sense of community spirit, which is so inherent to Limerick. Georgian Doorway, cleverly situated between medieval Limerick and the Georgian Grid, celebrates Limerick's local legend Siona, the goddess of the Shannon. Limerick's role in the successful accession of William of Orange and his wife Mary Stuart, daughter of King James II, to the throne of England cannot be understated. Limerick is known as the Treaty City. Tradition has it that the Treaty of Limerick that ended the Williamite-Jacobite War was signed on this limestone block in Limerick City. The treaty stone stands across the River Shannon from King John's Castle. The treaty, according to tradition, was signed on the stone in the sight of both armies at the Clare end of Thomond Bridge on the 3rd of October 1691. Limerick is Ireland's third largest city and was founded by Vikings in 922 AD. Limerick is one of Ireland's oldest cities, with a charter of incorporation older than that of London's, dating back to 1197. The oldest part of the graveyard around St. Mary's Cathedral dates from the 12th century, but the earliest burial records date from 1726. The grounds has changed throughout the centuries and buries people from all walks of life.
Is it just me, or does anybody else like to walk around cemeteries solo at night?
Though the cathedral itself is 12th century, no grave in the graveyard has a date prior to 1600. Still an active graveyard, this churchyard has been hallowed ground for 9 centuries. Remarkable and noteworthy burials and points of interest include the Barrington and Sexton vaults, the Protestant orphan grave, the Exchange Wall dating from 1693, and the United Nations Peace Garden. St. Mary's Cathedral is also the final resting place of an unexpected historical figure. Prince Milo of Montenegro is buried in St. Mary's Cathedral. He had come to Limerick, escaping during the Austro-Hungarian War, and fell in love with Ireland and Limerick. Though he had traveled all over the world, his wish was to be buried in Limerick to overlook the Shannon River forever.